Hey everyone, thanks for stopping by my channel. I certainly appreciate you all taking time out of your day to pay me a visit. Today I'm going to be sharing some old footage of a 2018 trip that I took to Pigeon Lake. Pigeon Lake being a part of the Kawartha chain of lakes. It's about an hour northeast of Toronto, Ontario, right up near Peterborough. Uh, and it's an absolutely awesome body of water. It's actually a very near and dear body of water to me. This is a location that my family has been going to since before I was even born. And me being 34, we've been going there a super long time. And unfortunately, with 2020 being what 2020 was, we weren't able to go up. And that's the first time that I haven't been able to go up to Pigeon Lake in about 18, 19 years. So it certainly was a little heartbreaking not being able to get up there. 2018 was a really good year for fishing, though. So going over this footage brought a smile to my face. So I hope it brings a smile to your guys' face as well. I'm going to be narrating most of the footage on this. The old footage here, the audio was really bad. It was back when I was still using a waterproof case for my GoPro, and everything is just muffled. So I'll be narrating the footage. So thanks everyone for stopping by. Uh, the other thing to note, real quick, with 2018, this was the first year that I had my bass tracker, and this was the year that my buddy Jim was able to share the boat and the experience of Pigeon Lake with us. So, uh, thanks all for stopping by. Let's get into the video. So what I'm throwing here is a medium diving crankbait, and what's funny about this clip is 2018 is right when I started painting as well. So this was a bluegill pattern that I had painted. Not a very good one, but uh, what was funny about this is we're going to see the fish here that we caught. Again, throwing a bluegill pattern, and lo and behold, we caught a bluegill on a bluegill pattern. A very nice bluegill, I should say. Um, didn't exactly match up the color. I had quite a bit too much purple on that paint job, but that was just hilarious to me because that was the first trip that I really used lures that I had painted myself. It was a really fun experience. Some of you might be asking why didn't I just grab the fish instead of dealing with the pliers like I did. I I hate the smell of panfish and getting that on my hands. Um, Call me what you will, but I just I hate the slime of panfish. I'd much rather be able to thumb them. So that's that's the reason.
There's one. I can't tell if it's. I don't think it's that nice. No. Yeah, I think that's why I couldn't really quite tell. Well, it's something, I guess.
So something I really like about Pigeon Lake is it has a lot of variety to the type of fishing you can do. Right here, I'm fishing near the bridge, um, and we're doing a little offshore fishing here. I'm in about 20 feet of water, and where I'm casting to comes up to about 8 feet and just has a huge weed flat to it, but it has really well defined edges to it. And this is something that I don't really have the opportunity to fish all that often from my area of northern Illinois. Um, you'll have these offshore type fishing opportunities, but you can very much easily go right up into the shallows and either go frog fishing or go fish rock piles. There's so many different opportunities to fish. Um, a fun little note about this. I thought I was throwing a drop shot here at first, and then when I noticed it was a Ned rig, I was absolutely astonished. I almost never throw a Ned rig, and seeing that this was a Ned rig was just a really fun surprise. I just never really think of Ned rigs, um, so they certainly catch a nice big fat largemouth, that's for sure. So unfortunately, this is the only little snippet that I have of the shoreline, but this shoreline is my favorite to fish. If I just want to beat the bank, I normally will start at the marina and work all the way down to the start of the bay down in Buckhorn. And there's just an inside weed edge that you can fish, and you'll catch a lot of smallmouth, and about in the smaller size that you're going to see here in just a few seconds. But there's a lot of really nice 3 and 4 pound largemouth and smallmouth mixed in here, but there's also a lot of muskie. My dad's actually caught his personal best muskie. I think it was about 47.5 inches on the shoreline. So it's a really an untapped resource on this lake. I almost never see anyone fishing it. Um, just fantastic action here. So this spot is another childhood memory spot. This is called the Big Rocks, or at least that's what we used to call it. I'm not sure what the geological naming for this is, but it looks like it's just a bunch of bedrock. It's about 3 feet deep, and it's just one big, massive rock flat, full of panfish and full of smallmouth. And my personal best was caught here, and held the test of time for quite a while. Back in 2006, caught a 6 pound, 1 ounce smallmouth on a 3 inch Madman craw tube. Just a tank. And it actually got me into the Bassmaster Lugger Club for the month of June back in 2006. It wasn't until probably about 4 or 5 years ago on the same body of water that I beat my personal best smallmouth with 6.5 pounds. So like I was saying, I don't spend a whole lot of time musky fishing when I'm up here. Um, it it's just one of those things that I prefer the bass fishing because of the consistent action. And honestly, I'm a whole lot more confident in my bass fishing. I always feel confident in going out and being able to catch a bass. Certainly not the case when it comes to musky fishing. I've still got a lot to learn with muskies. Um, but I really do enjoy when I finally hook into one, and it is a pipe dream of mine to be able to catch and land one over 50 inches one day, which I have heard from a few locals that there's 50-inch muskie swimming around in Pigeon Lake. Uh, this muskie that I've got hooked into right here is nowhere near 50 inches, um, but it's still really fun to hook into one here. If any of you watch my 2019 Pigeon Lake video, um, you'll recognize how nice it is to have a partner in the boat that actually can net your fish. I lost a few nice fish that year um, because I didn't have anyone that actually could net it. You also have to excuse my boat partner here and my own actions of not keeping the muskie in the water. We were still a little green at the time with proper muskie procedures, so I certainly do try my best to keep that fish from bouncing around in the boat, keep them off the carpet and things like that to protect that slime coat, and trying my best here to get them unhooked. Unfortunately, the pliers are of course underneath the net. Um, and of course, as soon as you do get him unhooked here, they just absolutely freak out and go just crazy. And of course, do everything that you don't want them to do. This guy luckily was able to get a hold of him real quick. Uh, I know this is not a very good measuring apparatus for Muskie. It measured 36, plus or minus 2 inches, with since that wasn't a bump board. But really happy catching that fish. That was the first of three that I got on this trip, and I'll have a few photos of the other muskie that I caught later on, and you can see that we're making sure this girl goes on to swim another day, revive him. That guy just shot right off, so always good to see that. So this is the last of the clips here, fishing around Big Island, and or I think it also goes by the name of Boyd Island. Um, this is something that I always look forward to every year, coming up to Boyd Island. As a kid, we would stay at Elam Lodge, and we had a boat back then, but all we would do is troll around that Boy Scout Island, or Camp Maple Leaf, I think is the official name of it. We would never go north, and always drove me nuts. And as soon as I got my own boat, I made a point of it to always spend at least one day out of the week going up to the north end of the lake and fishing it. I've really only scratched the surface, and there's a lot of really awesome fish to catch up here.
There's a decent fish. You mind actually netting this guy for me? Um, no, actually, don't worry about it. It's not. It's nice, but it's not that nice. It's not nettable nice. Yeah, it's a nice 15, 14 maybe.
So I really wish I got a video of this fish. This was the biggest fish of the trip for me. I want to say it was 42 inches, and it was caught fairly close to Gannon's narrow marina. I think it was a little bit south. Forget the exact location, but it was somewhere in there. It was an absolutely awesome fish. So this next photo was actually the first muskie that I caught on the trip. Um, I hate this photo. I've got the goofiest smile, but that smile was breaking a 3 year dry streak for muskie, so it was a well earned smile, and actually caught it while I was bass fishing, so that was a nice surprise. But with that said, I'm gonna go ahead and leave this with a sunset photo. That is one of my guilty pleasures whenever coming up to Pigeon Lake. It has the best sunset and sunrise photos of any place that I have ever been, and I've been to a lot of lakes. Um, Definitely an awesome place that I would certainly recommend anyone to come visit if you haven't done so before. Again, Elam Lodge uh, for the family. If you're just a bunch of guys going up to fish, Camp Fisherman is great. Camp Ashtabula, I've been there once or twice over the last 20-ish years. They're okay as well, but Camp Fisherman has been the mainstay for the last 20 years, and really happy with them. So thanks again, everyone, for stopping by my channel. I always appreciate the visit, and I will see you all next video.